Hello everyone and welcome. I'm delighted to share this space with you, our new sanctuary, Yin and Yang of soul and mind.
Indeed, a place dedicated to exploring with greater tranquility these conversations about philosophy, psychology, spirituality, and our connection with nature. For those just discovering us, we are part of the universe of characters from Rober colors.
We come from that melting pot of ideas that is our friend Rober's main Jung, his parent channel. And although we're here now, it doesn't mean we're saying goodbye. We'll reunite with Larry, Evelyn, Raccoon, and the others for those lively debates we all enjoy so much.
But here, in Yin and Yang of soul and mind, we'll dive into the deeper waters of being, seeking together that balance between mind, spirit, and our earthly body. Thank you for joining us on this journey.
And precisely to inaugurate this space, I was rereading some texts about Carl Jung and his dialogue with Eastern ideas, something Alan Watts explored magnificently. I found myself reflecting on Jung's vision about polarity in life. That powerful concept that existence isn't a simple battle between absolute good and absolute evil.
Ah yes, Professor. It's a key concept and often difficult to assimilate. The human tendency to simplify, to want to see ourselves only as good, and to deny that part Jung called the shadow. That collection of aspects we consider unacceptable, negative, or inferior.
That's the heart of Yin and Yang, isn't it? Not opposing forces at war, but complementary energies dancing together. Night allows us to appreciate day. Silence gives value to sound. Eastern philosophy has taught us for millennia that denying one part is to mutilate reality, to live in an illusion of separation.
Correct, Jaguar. And Jung, from the perspective of depth psychology, showed us the consequences of that denial. When we cannot see and accept our own shadow, we unconsciously cast it out. We see it reflected, magnified in others. It's the mechanism of projection. We begin to demonize others, to blame them for everything we cannot bear in ourselves.
And that projection, as what's noted when discussing Jung, has devastating consequences in human history. Convinced of our own purity, we feel justified in attacking the other, the embodiment of evil. Consider the historical examples what's mentioned, like the case of Eichmann, or how evil has been projected onto entire groups without realizing that the root of that violence often lies in the inability to confront our own darkness.
The authentic spiritual journey, in many parts, involves precisely that courageous descent into our own depths, to recognize with humility, as Jung would say, our irreducible rascality. Not to justify it, but to understand it, integrate it, and perhaps transcend it through consciousness, not through denial. It's looking at yourself in the mirror without filters.
Mother Earth is a constant teacher in this. Observe the cycle of life and death. Compost, that decomposing matter, dark and strong-smelling, is the essential nourishment for new life to sprout, for the most exquisite flower to perfume the air. Without that transformation of the dark, of what seems bad or ugly, there is no renewal or real growth. Perhaps we need an infusion of humility and patience for this process.
I love that perspective, Orumama, because that acceptance, that integration of the shadow Jung spoke of, is profoundly healing. It liberates enormous energy that we previously spent repressing and denying. It allows us to be more honest, more complete. And, curiously, it makes us more compassionate. By recognizing the same struggle, the same dark tendencies in ourselves, we can look at others with more understanding and less judgment. They say Jung himself accepted his moments of fear or guilt as part of the human experience, without shame.
It is, in essence, reaching a deeper lucidity. Not the cold lucidity that merely analyzes, but one that embraces paradox, that understands we are complex beings, capable of the best and potentially the worst. Accepting that complexity without easy simplifications is, perhaps, the true art of living consciously.
And in that acceptance resides an unexpected calm, ceasing to fight against internal and external ghosts, finding the dynamic balance of the Tao, of the constant flow of life with all its facets. Don't you feel it that way?
Without a doubt. It's a path toward wholeness, and in that wholeness, we find a more authentic and resilient form of well-being.
Like a good herbal tea, where the bitterness of one plant balances the sweetness of another, creating a synergy that benefits the entire organism. Each part has its function in the final balance.
So, as our first reflection in this space, we leave you with this invitation. Observe your own shadow without judgment. What parts of yourselves do you tend to hide or deny?
And how might recognizing them influence your way of relating to the world and to others? Could more compassion be born from there?
Remember, light and darkness dines together. Accept the complete dose. Until our next encounter, friends.
And may you find balance in your own inner garden. See you soon.
Take good care and reflect with kindness. Until next time.
May the pain of lucidity be gentle and fruitful for you. See you in the next video.